welcome to my card creation series for April. This month we are focusing on the textured notes bundle. This is an online exclusive product. So you will, to find what it looks like, you need to go onto our online store and check it out, and you will see the product. It's not in a catalog. So this is the stamp set, and it's got some dies that are rectangles. So it doesn't actually cut these out, but there's varying sizes of rectangles. So you get a range of them. So we'll be using some of those products as well. So this is the card I'm going to be showing you how to make today. And to purchase a kit to create all 4 cards, I've got the link below. That will be open until the end of the month, and I will send you all the die cut pieces and cardstock, envelopes, etc. for you to create the kit. It'll include ribbon and embellishments, anything that I use. You will need your stamp set and anything that requires die cutting with um, which has to be stamped first, but you can substitute with your products. But you'll get like designer series paper and all that kind of thing. So this is our first, and every Friday I will have a new one. So today I will be using this image now, although we will be doing some fuzzy cutting, and I love that image, and it's all this actual bundle is part of a suite, and it's got lots of paper. It's got a couple of packs of paper, different papers, and it's got an embossing folder, which is the corrugated embossing folder, which I absolutely love. So to start off with, we will do some stamping. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Rochelle Leedsmith, and my company name is Stamping Flair. So I'm based in Melbourne, and I teach you how to create layered projects and a bit more detailed paper craft projects. So that is what I love to do, and something more that takes a little bit more, but I like to take it up your card making skills. So take it from simple to a little bit more wow, and I want to teach you how to do that with this card. So we're going to stamp this in Coastal Cabana, this image twice, and you will stamp it on your basic white piece that you get. Now you can get this kit free as well when you make a purchase of $100 this month. So that's another way you can get it, and you don't have to pay for that. I post that out to you. Now we're also going to be stamping, while I'm in the stamping media, we're going to be stamping the bird. This is from the Winterly Treetops bundle. Now this bundle is on our last chance list, and it's one of my favorites, so I'm going to miss it. You need to add it to your stash. So it's got dies and the stamp set so as well. So if you haven't got that one, maybe take a look. The last chance products are available while supplies last. There were like over 400 products when I looked a couple of days ago. But that, of course, as they sell out, things will go. So I'm going to be using Crumb Cake stamping blends. I'm going to color this bird in stamping blends. So to go kind of tone in with our leaf, which is stamped in Coastal Cabana, and adding a little bit of color down here. Using my brush tip, I kind of like my brush tip a little bit. It's got a bit jagged, and it's nice for a technique like this where you're just flicking the feathers, so to speak, or the on the body. So we don't have Coastal Cabana in a stamping blend, but Summer Splash is pretty close in the tone. So I am adding a little bit of light Summer Splash just to bring that in. And I'll just slightly add that in. And then I'm going to bring in dark crumb cake. And right here, just over those lines. And this is how I generally do my coloring. I like to then bring back in my lighter color. So we'll add the dark there. So it adds some shading or shadow. And then we'll go back in with our light and it'll blend that in. So I'm gonna go, so I'm using the same color for the beak. You can add another color. I just wanted it to tone in. Let's add a little bit of the dark crumb cake in there. Or just under. So here I'm just adding the crumb cake lightly on the branch. Then I'm going to bring in my light Granny Apple Green, which I think I put away. Maybe not. No, I've got colors everywhere here. I've been working in with a bit of stamping blends today, just making a bunch of cards. And I actually had to pull out a new set of blends only because for Granny Apple, because I had missed through some miracle, I don't know how, I'd ended up with 2 dark Granny Apples. And but you know what? I'm going to use dark here because that's what I can find. And that's what it is. And here's what you've got. Oh, here's the light one. So I had to buy another one because I needed light Granny Apple, just in general. I'd been going on 2 darks for ages. I don't know how that happened. And just blend that in a bit, so just to give some shading. Now I'll bring in light Granny Apple and do the colour in the berries. And we'll go back in with dark just to add a little bit of that variation. And I am going to get my color lifter and I'm laying it down here. I sometimes like to do this and then color over it, and it'll diffuse that color a little bit when I add it over. So it's not as strong and it just the edges will be not as strong. Okay, so we have got a die cut for this and we can die cut it. I have pre-fussy cut this, so you won't have to watch me fussy cut, but just use your paper snips and cut it out. Take your time and use it. We also have the attachment to the take your pick tool, which you can use like a scalpel, and that works well too for the little bits in the center. So let me get my die cutting machine. Basically, this is all you will need it for because you will get everything else die cut in your kit. Right. So it's pretty easy when you get these kits. Nice, great to work with, and you'll have the PDF as well, which I'll email you. So you can have that, save those somewhere so you can access it, and you'll have the video too. Now, the PDF can be purchased separately because the kits can only be mailed Australia wide, and that's 20 Australian dollars. And I'll have the link for you here as well, so you can get that. So I've got a strip of basic white, and we're going to blend some Granny Apple. Now, if you wanted to, you can use Granny Apple Green cardstock. I am using, I just like the look of this, but sometimes it's okay if you want to. I'm going to turn that over because I forgot to tap off. I don't want it so bright. Oh, well, I do, but not in that chunk. I'm getting it quite bright. Now, if you had Granny Apple to start with, the cardstock, it'll probably save you doing all this. I like blending, and I automatically go for white, only because sometimes I'm not sure what color it helps if you don't know what color you're going to choose. It gives you the option to change that once you like start assembling and you go, no, I don't like Granny Apple, I want something else. And you haven't like cut or die cut things for nothing. There's a lot you can do with white cardstock. So if you're starting out in card making or scrapbooking, I suggest you get definitely get some white cardstock. I use thick basic white for my card bases, but get a pack of the regular white as well, so you can do this sort of technique or stamping. It helps, and that can be your base. You can add inks in different colors to it, and if you're wanting to add a little more, you can always get the starter kit, and it's $169. You can choose $235 of product, and then you can like slowly add things as you need. So that's a good way to build up your stash as well. If you want a bit extra cardstock, I'd go like a pack of whatever. If you like bright colors, go for the bright pack or mixed pack you get, something like that. So next step I'm going to do is stamp this little image. I love that. Just it looks so textured, and just that distressed look where you can't see all of it. We're just going to stamp it along one side. Yeah, so like if this is me, I like subtles or neutrals, I'd go with that. But whatever, it's your choice and a starter kit, so you get to pick what you like. And that's what I like about a starter kit. Do you like that? Isn't that pretty? Right, so then we're going to bring in some black cardstock as a matte layer, and we've got a piece of one of the sheets of designer series paper, and I'm going to mat that onto that. I'm going with a petal pink card base. I tried a few different colors, and as I was working with it, I was working on it one day, and I tried Granny Apple, I was messing with Poppy Parade and all sorts of colors. And then I just left it, and I said I'll come back in the morning to do it because clearly I was going nowhere and I couldn't make a decision. So sometimes leaving it and coming back to it is helpful as well. So I can see I've got a bit of green there. So I work trying to see whether I can, not that it matters too much. If I do it that way, oh no, that's actually from something else, but it's all right. We will go with it. Right. Don't worry about me. I'm just, it's a tiny little spot which you probably cannot see. I was blending that cardstock with yellow. It's not green. I just realized what it was. So we'll mat this. I'm using the liquid glue. And I have a product list below for you so you can pick anything you need. Then we're going to glue this. So this is one of those rectangles from the Textured Notes bundle. Can you see that little lovely detail on the side? So it got some beautiful detail on that rectangle. So they all come with some sort of pretty edging. Now we're going to glue this. So far all we have done is die cut that bird, colored and die cut that bird and stamp those two leaves. So the next thing I'm getting is my oval, and this is from the Unbounded Love dies. So this has been cut out of crumb cake, and I'll be stamping a sentiment which I have got from this Labeled with Love bundle or the stamp set. I just like I liked all the sentiments, but these sort of sentiments fit in vertically in this, so that's why I chose that. I was looking for something that really fit in that nice vertical pattern. So and I'm going to stamp it towards the top, or sort of 2/3, I guess, not right in the center. So what I've done is now I've fussy cut these leaves, but I only fussy cut part because I know I'm not going to need the whole leaf. So you could, so I'm missing, let me show you, sort of that amount. And I know I needed only partial, so yeah, all right. So if you wanted to, you can fussy cut the whole thing. Then we have this circle from the Stylish Shapes, and I'm so glad that's carrying over. That from Petal Pink, which I've embossed with the mini corrugated embossing folder, which is part of this sweep. We've got a Granny Apple Green circle, which we've die cut with a die from the same Unbounded Love dies. And then I've got some of these sprigs of fern from die cut with the Winterly Treetops dies. So that's the bird one. And some of these from the Bow Punch. So I have shortened them. I don't need the full. So that's been from black. Others, they're a bit longer. So you'll get all that in your kit. So we're going to add our sentiment. I mean, it's okay. You can, even if it's too high, like I feel like mine's a little bit too high, but I can cover it up with that bird. So we're adjusting that. Then we'll do the S and play around with it, see how it works for you. And a bird, I do want the green to be seen still a little bit. Gonna have that. And that. And then we can intersperse those little the ferns in. I'm going to give these a bit, just a bit of curving with my bone folder. It is a bit more fragile because you fussy cut all those little bits. So there's not a lot holding it together.
You take your clothes up, please. I can get down there.
And then you just leave. Oh.
I was recording and then just, that's not like an idiot.
Like he's a child. Like nobody's also talking to us like we're children.
Yeah.
And I know as well. And I'm not up here doing nothing. You're working. You're filming something that you ruined, and I'm doing studying. Is he that bored? He literally came out, said that, and went back. And then he'll say, I asked nicely. I said, please. Can you take your clothes up, please? Actually, I said, can you shut up, please? Please, you're disturbing me.
I had a feeling, so I had stopped talking a little because I had a feeling he'll be,
I was thinking that too. When
I'm giving gaps between because I know he'll sometimes come in between.
I know I can't because I'm actually doing work. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? What a loser. What a loser. Like, does he think telling you to take your clothes up 10 times in a row? And also, you told him you don't have storage. And he said he'll make it for you. So where does he think you're going to put the clothes? Like, I need to clean my room. I know. I've been trying to plan a day, but I'm working. Like, I can't just quickly clean. I have to do a full.
Don't worry about it. No need to talk about it. It's worthless, you know.
No, but I'm just saying. Like, it's stupid. Like, can he just shut up? Genuinely, can he just shut up? Like, just stop talking.
I think he doesn't want me to have a good holiday because
No.
he knows it's holidays.
But the thing, we do fun things anyway. We go out and we do whatever. Like, okay, it's a mess. We know it. I'm not blind. I can see the clothes are there. Like, but I also take my clothes from there. So every time I wear clothes, I'm taking them from there. So I'm cleaning. Oh my gosh, it's not the end of the world. Like, the room, that's clean. Apart from the clothes on the couch, it's clean. So the only thing you could say about my room. But I'm like, that's my room. It's none of your business.
Oh, mine's bad.
Or whatever. That's a private, but it's a room. Like I said, his bed's in the. I'm presuming because that's my private space. So whatever he said. And my room's my private space. It could be as messy as I want it to be.
I feel like it sucks to be you. You're such a sad case.
I don't know if he realizes how sad he is. Like how does he reflect on what he said and go, "Oh, that's really like grim." Like everything he's saying is so boring or like annoying. Like, does he reflect on that and go, "Oh yeah, that's annoying"? Like, you just think about what you just said. That sounds stupid, and that's all he says. Okay, thank you for your input. Go back into your hidey hobbit hole now. Thank you.
All right, I'll finish this. Yeah, I'll have to edit it out. I'm just adding a little bit of glue here. So I'm going into the leaves a bit. Normally I let my leaves be more free, but because there's not a lot of stem there, I'm just making sure they don't fall or bend more. That's more my concern. So I don't want them to bend. So just kind of glue it there. And then we'll put some dimensionals here. I'll stick this down. So I made sure that the dimensionals are kind of off that bit as much as I can. Don't worry too much if they are, but it's just so that it lays flat. And now I will stick this one the same way. What I'm trying to do is see a little bit of the gap, fill it up. We'll have our bird there. We'll have the other circle here, and I'll put a dimensional on this side. Okay. Gonna move that a bit because my glue eraser, can you see that little bit of a rip? Sometimes that'll fix that. All right, so next thing we're going to do is put our bird there. And a couple of dimensionals, and I'll cut some in half or use halves here. And we're going to put that there. And I just wanted a little bit of that green visible as well. So now we're going to curve all these little sprigs. And put them in between here and there. And kind of one in here. I know there's 4, but then I'm going to put 5 of the black, those leaf floral kind of looking things. I don't know what they're called. It's from the Bow Punch. All right, so now we can cut this a little more maybe and just stick these in between. And when you have layers like this, it works really well. It looks nice to have them on different heights. So I'm doing one there. Adding a bit more glue here. It's needing a little bit more. Gonna snip that. I may have to rearrange my layout from my original, but that's okay. Just it varies according to the cards as well. Just depends how each one places, isn't it? maybe here. Okay, that's better. Probably shouldn't have put so much dimensional under the tail, because if you don't put as much, you can tuck it in better. So that's a little tip. Don't do what I just did. Okay, so I'm going to stick this first. So sometimes it's hard to first like settle on a piece until you see, and that's why I put a little bit of glue, and then you can go ahead and put more if needed, once you have established where you want things to go. So one here probably. It just breaks the Coastal Cabana. So there we are. And then we have two more, and I'll balance it out on this side. Just alternate with the heights and layers, then you're going to be able to get some variation. So there. Right, so now we can stick, we've done the main part, and we can just stick that onto our petal pink card base. So that ties in there. I think it makes the colors pop. I tried some of the darker colors, as I said, and it just wasn't doing it for me. And I think the lighter colors just popped, the lighter card base popped the other colors. Oh, so we've got that. Now for some bling. These are the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. I'm using the Coastal Cabana. They're Coastal Cabana. They work well. And they stand out on this, on the black nicely. Right. So now for the inside of the card, what I would do, and then the envelope. So you can stamp the leaf onto it in Coastal Cabana, just something simple. If you wanted a second one, you could just do like that. Just give it a bit more fullness. And if you wanted to do it in Coastal, you could, or you could go petal pink here if you wanted a tone on tone, like a watermark kind of effect. I'm just going to use Coastal because that's what I had out. And maybe one little one there. So that's the inside of our card done. And envelope. That's the first of our textured notes card, and that's my original. So hope you have enjoyed that, and I will catch you next week for the next one. Just check out the links below, please, for if you would like a kit or how you can shop online so you can get the kit free. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.